totally muted. Let's try that again. Hey, how's it going? Welcome back. My name's Gurf. Welcome to episode 4 of Let's Talk Legends. We are live on the air tonight. Thank you. Look at that. We got our boy Killua coming through as an honorary legend. Thank you so much for the sub there, Killua. Mwah. Much appreciated, brother. But tonight we got power rankings for draft and a few different ones made as well too. We're going to start tonight actually with the LRS draft, so we're going to be covering them first since it is a much smaller league, and there's a lot of talk already going on about the LAS, so we're going to save that one for last because I feel like we're going to be chatting quite a bit about this one tonight. So I'll be keeping an eye on chat as well too to talk with you guys there at home, see what you guys think as well too. But we're going to be pulling up some power rankings in just a few short moments for you guys. But yeah, what a split so far. We are currently just concluding week 4. We just concluded week 4 for pre-mades and week 3 for the draft league. So we are roughly hitting that halfway point here at Legends of this summer split. And it is, it's been pretty spicy so far. It's been pretty spicy. Looking good. Thank you, Nico. I thought I'd toss on the college shirt for tonight, you know? Love you too. Love you too, Meliodas. Love you too, Melly. Oh boy, I know I've been watching a lot of chat through general and in this Twitch chat as well too, but don't worry, we will get to the LAS as well too. But why don't we start with what we have for the LRS? And I have put together a power ranking of what I think is relatively fair for where we are so far in the season. So I'll go through it with you guys. And again, just a reminder, all power rankings are subjective. We're gonna go through. So again, if you disagree, that's totally okay, but we're just a reminder that we are respectful. Banter's okay. You know what? Banter's a part of League of Legends. You can't remove that, but just to be respectful to each other there in chat and across the board here through all our socials. So thank you. Yes, all power rankings are subjective. Anyways, let's hop over and see what I have put together here for the LRS. Let's check it out right now. So we have our LRS power rankings that I have put together here, and let's just make them a little bit bigger. Again, there at the bottom you have our disclaimer, all rankings are subjective. But at the top of the list here, I have our 2 powerhouses that we have seen through and through. So throughout the split, both these teams are 5-1, the Tigers and the Vipers, and they have been just playing phenomenally throughout the split. The reason why I have the Tigers at that slight edge above in that number 1 spot ahead of Rattlers is because just this past week, Tigers were able to take down the Rattlers. So even though we are tied 5-1 apiece for each of these teams, Tigers clutching that win over the Tigers, I would say, would set them just in that number 1 seed. But it's tough. It's tough to call some of these things because there's a lot of good stuff happening with both these top teams. I mean, Rattlers have just been super dominant throughout, but there's a couple times I've seen a few of these members of Tigers, like Xiaoshock is one that comes to mind that's just kind of insane. But yeah, again, same with 2 on Rattlers, right, Killua? Big Fat Bobkins is also a monster too, so a bit of a battle of the mids there between these 2 top teams here in the LRS draft. Moving on into the A tier there, I have Vipers at number 1, and just recently this week, I would have had them there at probably in the S tier as well too, right after Rattlers, but there has been some changes to these rosters coming through, and this is what I want to keep an eye on, is keeping in mind what is going to be happening to these teams and what we're going to expect to be seeing from these guys as the split kind of goes on. So we're looking at the Vipers right now, who are 4-2, but just recently have made the trade of Awesome Sheep to the Panthers. So with Courtney picking up the number 1 drafted player of this split, now you have the Panthers with an absolute powerhouse of an ADC, and I think this is going to maybe make things a little bit more tough for the Vipers. You still look at the Vipers, you got G-Dazik, you got Bertoga, and those are 2 absolute beasts who have shown up time and time again here on Legends Esports. So I wouldn't put it past them to do a lot of this big work that we've seen in the past, but it is going to be missing that important piece from Sheep. So hopefully hopefully Vipers can find that synergy again with that new ADC coming in. But I do believe it's going to be a nice little addition with Sheep coming in. But speaking of coming in, we got Ravensman here with us joining for these LRS draft teams. How you doing, brother?
I'm good. I didn't want to leave you here all alone. I know nothing about draft, and I'm sure people will be coming in for LAS draft. But
yeah,
I'm here to give my minimal knowledge on LRS draft.
Well, the thing is, Ravensman, you know a lot about these players, right? The ones I was just bringing up. Talking about what's happening between the Vipers, who have been kind of sitting at that not upper echelon there with Tigers, Rattlers, who have just been winning games nonstop. You also got this trade of Sheep, who was that #1 draft player. That's what I was kind of going on about. That now the Phantoms have acquired him. Sorry, not the Phantoms. The Panthers have acquired him. And I think that's going to be... we might be seeing a shift here in these standings throughout this week.
Yeah, for sure. And I did think that trade of Vipers and Panthers, I didn't think it mixed much up. I mean... Well, Panthers did 2 trades, correct? I think it was.
Yeah, I believe they acquired a couple new players as well.
Let's see.
Yeah, it was Liquid Core JJ coming from the Sharks as well too. So
yes,
again, Nether, he was up there in terms of player rankings when the draft was starting. So it's a pretty solid support that they picked up for themselves as well too. Maybe things not working out too well on the Sharks, but with an ADC like Sheep, you might be finding a little bit more success there in that bot lane.
Yeah, and for sure something to think about is Panthers have a completely new bot lane. They traded away Wafaru to the Vipers and their support Burby Bun. So now they have 2 people who've never played together and never played with the rest of their team before. So definitely going to be interesting to see if A, those 2 can gel together and get moving quick, and B, if the whole team can gel together with the 2 new players as well. I personally know Sheep. I like him a lot. I think he's a pretty decent ADC. I mean, obviously he's Diamond, crazy stuff, but definitely interested to see how he does with this new environment, especially since Panthers, Vipers, 2 people that were involved in those trades are sitting right under the S tier of Rattlers, Tigers.
And aside from the Vipers, because I put Vipers as #1 in that A tier team, these next 3, we could have slotted them into the B tier as well too. But honestly, I think there is a much closer gap now with those trades going through between these 4 teams. But it's the last 3 teams, the Panthers, the Phantoms, and the Gators, that I all think you can interchange any one of those 3 teams in those positions and call it as is. Because first of all, I'm gonna sandwich this, so we're gonna go to the Gators, talk about them for a little bit. Canatin as the head of that team, I mean, the guy's got a brain on him. He does know so much about this game, and I mean, he's drafted an absolutely excellent team around him too. You got Rouge Ronan, Esmond, Darwin Theory, and then Riley there in the bot lane along with Darwin. But this is a pretty powerhouse team. This is a team that I've seen multiple of these players end up in the playoffs. You've played against them as well too, or played with them.
And I mean,
they're good.
Rouge and Darwin are on my Legends team as well. So it's like I've played with everyone except for Riley, I believe. I've played a couple ARAMs with like Esmond before, but obviously I've played with Can of Tin for so long at this point. Rouge and Darwin and I are all Hushcat are all
so cute.
on the Legends team together. So it's definitely I definitely know these players pretty well. They're all inting off roll though, so it's kind of like, oh, I don't know what's actually going on here, but they're having fun. They're doing pretty well. I mean, you see them up here in the A tier. They're all off roll. So
yeah. But also in the A tier, a team we have not seen up in the standings for quite some time. The Phantoms right now, they're breaking the curse. They're 3-3 right now, which I think is a far better record. I think this might be the highest win record from the Phantoms in probably like 4 or 5 splits.
I think the last time that the Phantoms had a 500 record was when they started every season 0-0.
I was watching Toadstep's messages come through, and they actually come through right now as well too. Looking for the stock in the Phantoms, and it's absolutely time to buy in on them because I believe they've broken the curse. breaking the curse, as Toe Steps put it. So into the progress, but honestly, that's what you like to see. I love the fact that right from the get-go, their captain Quinks came in and said, I don't give a damn about this curse. I am going to break it. I've got a great team with me, and they're doing exactly that.
Yeah, to leak some DMs a little, I believe it went along the lines of Dallas asked Quinks, what logo would you like? And Quinks goes, I think Phantoms looks pretty cool. And Dallas says, no, don't pick them. They're cursed. They've literally ended last place like every season. And he's like, bet I'm in for a challenge. So good on him for breaking this Phantoms curse that's been around, I think, longer than me. I think they've had...
I have watched it from the inception, but
yeah, in my first season, the Phantoms did well, but it was their academy team, so I don't know if it really counts, but it sort of does.
Yeah, but that was two Phantom. When we went back down to one Phantoms team, then we saw full blown motion, but
yeah,
no longer is the Phantoms curse here. However, this is why I was kind of skip the B tier, because I think any of these teams in the top in that A tier can really push for that third and that fourth place seed into actually no wait let me take a look at the playoff seeding, how that's going to go here. Should probably take a peek at that. It is the top four that goes. So again, that battle for that fourth place seed I think is going to be very spicy, watching these teams as well too. And not to put the Sharks or the Wizards out of contention, you still have lots of time to get back into this, but Sharks not doing super great right now. They're 1-5, and unfortunately the Wizards having a bit of a rough time at that 0-6, but it does happen sometimes. Still only 3 weeks into this, there is that time for a turnaround, but it's not going to be easy. You've not set yourself up in a position like you have, say, for like the Tigers or the Rattlers, who have already got a great record under their belt. Oh boy.
Sorry about that. My cat was being
all good.
Yeah, I mean, from experience, playing in draft league, specifically LRS draft, you definitely need to get moving quickly. I mean, when I talked with my friend Charm last season, it really was... he was asking me about it, and I was like, it really does depend on which teams mesh the quickest. And so far, it's been, these 6, and if Sharks and Wizards can't start to pull it together, they're going to get left in the dust. And if that happens, and I'm not saying it is, I'm not counting those 2 out, it's going to be a very interesting question on which 4 of these 6 teams make it into the playoffs, because you said it's the top 4, correct?
Yes.
So it's definitely going to be an interesting thing to watch to see, is it Tigers? Is it Rattlers, Vipers, Panthers, Phantoms, Gators? Because 2 have to be left out from them.
Mm-hmm.
And, maybe Sharks or Wizards become a dark horse later in the split, kind of like what we saw last season with the Unicorns coming out of nowhere, knocking the Lions out of playoff contention after they started out so hot. So, you definitely can't count these teams out, as we saw specifically from last season, because the Unicorns literally came out of nowhere. I don't even know what happened with that.
Oh,
but
that was a fun time watching them. But yeah, it's always fun getting the underdog stories as well too, to see these teams that were underperforming. Yeah, it was week 3. The Unicorns last split were 1-5, and then by week 6 they were they had an even record, didn't they?
Yeah, it was super insane to watch. I remember this was like right when they started to start curving upwards. I think it was me and my girlfriend's 3-year anniversary, so I wasn't there. And I remember we brought Esmond in to face whoever, I think it was Vipers, or maybe it was Tigers. I can't remember which one. It was like a really good team, in quotes, because all teams were pretty good last season. And then I was like, yes, they won. Like, they didn't even need me to win. And then they went on and faced the Unicorns. I didn't even bother to watch. And they messaged me. They're like, yeah, we lost. And I was like, how did you lose to them? And they went on like a 6-game win streak. And I was like, I guess that makes more sense. So.
Oh man. But yeah, I saw G Dasic's comment there on Twitch as well too. So if you missed that part when I was talking about the A pool, with the exception of the Vipers, I said Panthers, Phantoms, and Gators are all interchangeable. But any one of those 4 teams have that potential to be that A tier and fight for those. I think we're going to be seeing at least 1 or 2 of these teams that's in that A tier in in the playoffs, at least, unless something crazy ends up happening, which it could. But you know what, Ravens man, I want to see what the folks at home think. So I'm going to pop a poll up and see if they agree with what I have put together as well too. And for some reason it is on the wrong layer, so let's bring that up to here. There we go. Get a little poll going. Let's see what the folks at home think. All you have to do is vote yes or vote no. Very, very easy stuff. But
you say easy, but I managed to mess it up already.
You can change your vote though. You can't with the polls. You can still change your vote, so you can change it up. But if you disagree, Ravens man, what would you change out for this?
I mean, like, I could see a main complaint being, like, maybe move one of these lower end A tier. Like, if you truly think Vipers are ahead of Phantoms, Panthers, and Gators, like, and those 3 are interchangeable, then maybe move them down to B tier. But if the gap is truly that big between, Sharks, Gators, Phantoms, and Panthers, then I guess it makes sense. But overall, from what I've seen, and I honestly haven't paid too much attention to the draft leagues this season, but from what I've seen, this looks pretty accurate. I might move Gators a little higher, would be my one thing that I know Dazik has, put in chat. But I think overall this looks pretty accurate. Wizards deserve F tier, says Killua.
They're working on it. They're working on it there. But I think for the most part, it's fair. I think the reason if the teams were the exact same as they were last week, that the Vipers would have been in A tier by themselves. Then in B tier, I probably would have put, again, those same 3 teams, Panthers, Phantoms, Gators. I'm just taking a look actually back at some of these records. So if we were to really go down to the nitty gritty and say, okay, where do these teams actually come out? I'm looking at these matchups and seeing, last week Phantoms actually took down the Gators. So that to me is a little bit of a surprise when I look at something like that. But again, you go back to week 2 as well too. Panthers, Phantoms took down Gators week 3, and Panthers take down Gators in week 2. So, it's tough to say because on paper it may not be reflecting exactly the true skill of what we know these players to have on that Gators team. But again, early on, we know we've seen these guys pull it back before as well too. But we'll have to see. Again, we'll go back to the disclaimer. All subjective. It's all subjective, baby.
Nah, these are hard facts. This obviously means Tigers is gonna win. Rattlers comes in second, losing in the finals. Vipers and Panthers third and fourth. Phantoms and Gators miss playoffs, and Sharks and Wizards don't do too well.
We'll have to see.
The word has been set in stone. It is law.
This is the law now. But it seems we have written the script here tonight already, so we're good to go for the rest of the split, right?
Oh, here we go.
Excellent. I do believe we got lovely stuff. Lovely stuff
by lovely chap.
I gotta change up my co-host there on the bench down here though. Let's see. We got Ravens man. And I know we got turnips joining us as well too in a few moments when we hop into the LAS draft stuff. And honestly, this one's going to be an interesting talk to have about this draft league because when we're talking about the LRS draft, we got eight teams, correct? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, math. But you go over to LAS. And which we're about to do, and it's got double the amount of players. So obviously, we're not trying to be biased here, but there is a lot more to talk about when it comes to the LAS draft, just based on the amount of trades we have seen within the past couple weeks, the amount of games that are being played, and the amount of players that are now in this league. It's kind of crazy to me. As I seem to have deleted the LAS draft master sheet. That'd be nice, thank you. Can I favor that once more? Much obliged. Let me put.
I have a co-host.
Do we have a Coco? Oh, hold on. Can we get a zoom in on that?
She's not happy. She's biting me.
Does she agree with the standings? Probably not. Does not look like she agrees with
Probably
that.
not, especially since I moved her out of her spot. I'm sorry, Kat. Will you ever forgive me? She says no.
No. So, you guys are ready. I think we can shimmy our way into the LAS draft talk as well now. I did create a tier list for my rankings overall. But with this one, we've got a lot more submissions from the community as well, too. So it's going to be a little bit of a change up here. And that's why you guys could see my, not my DMs, but it's our Let's Talk Legends channel, because that's where we've been submitting our rankings throughout the week. So I'll show you what I've put together. Again, feel free to disagree. Feel free to agree. All rankings are subjective. But let's see what you think of this one. All right. So, gotta keep an eye on that Twitch chat because I know it's about to blow up right now. And I'm gonna pop the poll as well too, so people can vote along as we go throughout this ranking. But for the LAS one, this is the overall rankings I've done across both leagues here. So, let's see what we're going to do for this. So I'm just getting some DMs. Yikes.
I'm also quickly making my own from my minimal knowledge of this. Gonna try my best. Also, sort of referencing what you've got, but
true. Well, I'll go through. I'll go through what I've got so far. I'll just minimize that because it not. Never mind. Anyways, in that S tier, I have Dragons followed by the Marauders. And I think so far these teams have shown why they are that S tier. They are kind of sitting a little bit above the rest there when it comes to these, from what we've seen. I'm actually taking a little bit of a look here and see. Have the Marauders? Yes, so this is why I rank them as such. Dragons on a 6-0 spree right now. Playing against them has been kind of cracked, especially with the recent trades. They have some really, really good synergy coming together with that squad. Marauders, same sort of deal. Great team, super strong. Hornets is very close behind Marauders there in that A tier, but Marauders just recently got a win over the Hornets. So that was kind of setting apart these two teams, even though they're both at a 5-1 record. Next in the lineup here, we have the Unicorns, and again, one of those top tier teams I think we've seen from this split. They've been very, very dominant, and Exiles does not make it easy down there on the bot side for me. But followed up by that, I have the Falcons, the Eagles, and the Wolves. And I think, again, these three teams here were kind of hard to place in this A tier depending on where they were, but I think these three, especially looking at the Falcons and the Eagles, you could change out for that 3rd and 4th place spot. Again, really great synergy. You look over at the Falcons, and I think, that's more of where I would say synergy is coming together. You have those players like Karthik and Saltspreader, who are major enablers for their team. But then over on the other side for Eagles, that captain, Killua, very, very strong, along with veterans like Hero, Wolven, Given, have all been playing in the league for a long time. So you got a really, really strong team there. Wolves, surprisingly, are back up at the top as well, too. And this is not to demean them or anything, but they're playing really, really well. They've been doing very, very well this split. So I don't know how we'd say they'd fare up against, say, these other teams in the A tier. But they have been pulling out some big wins, and this is why they're also in the A tier, because they just got a win over the Marauders, the only team so far to have handed over a win to that S tier team. So that's my A tier there. In B tier, we kind of have these wildcard teams, which is mine included.
Yes, definitely agree with that.
Yeah. With Outlaws, you never know where that coin is gonna land, and it's pretty.
Yeah, I remember watching a certain game with a certain Fed Twitch that made me want to stick pins in my eyes because the other team was not allowed to play the game. And then The fact that you guys aren't doing that every game is like, I don't understand the consistency of this team. So Outlaws just don't make sense.
We are enjoying ourselves out there on Summer's Rift.
That's always the hope, you know.
We're having a good time. Honestly, I'm loving the fact that we have a Renji on the team as well too. A lot of fun guys there as well, and I'm loving the vibes from the Outlaws so far. So I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Like, I want to tuck up my own team, but you never know. Let's see where I just put it up in there. See where we go. And same when it comes to the Grizzlies as well too. Honestly, I would honestly think with the fact that you have Cheeses, Stone Kit Kat, and Metro on that team, they'd be performing a little bit better, but are still kind of sitting at that midway point 3-3 as well too, just like Outlaws. So I think there's a lot of potential here for this team to kind of go back up into the A tier, especially if you're just going to be isolating the Pool A on its own. So we got to keep an eye on that Grizzly pack and see what happens with them, because again, kind of an unknown situation or unknown place, where they could go. Could they go up? Could they go down? We'll have to see. Moving on down, I have Guardians at the top of that C tier. And you know what? They're doing better. They have doubled their wins of last split. So huge shout out to the Guardians on that. They have already fully doubled those wins. Yep.
What how many wins are they at?
They are at 2 wins.
How many wins did they get last season? 0, right?
They got 1.
Wait, Guardians didn't win a game.
Didn't they? I thought they went 1-16.
No, they went 0-16.
Oh boy. Okay, so more than doubling. You can't times by 0. Infinitely
scaling. Doing infinitely better statistically.
Okay. So statistically, the Guardians are infinite scaling, which means they need their own tier above the.
They are the Vagar NASA tier.
Unlimited scaling. Okay, so my bad. I thought they were 1-16 last split. So doing even better than I thought. Have been dealt not the easiest of hands so far in terms of who they've been up against. I look back, they've had to face up against the Wolves, they've had to face up against Marauders, and that was just in week number 1. So not the easiest of starts for this Guardian squad, but we'll see if they can pull one back coming soon, because they are looking a little better this split. Up next, the Spartans are coming in here, and I would have said maybe a little higher for them, but with the recent trades on over to the Dragons, I'm going to bump them down just a smidge here. They still do have some pretty good players on that team, but honestly, I was expecting a lot more of a performance out of Spectral, being that number 1 ADC in the draft this split. I was expecting big things, and not to say he's playing bad, it's just not that, oh my god, he's like crazy popping off every single game kind of deal. So we'll see what's going to happen to the Spartans with those trades coming through. And then after them, I have the Nocturnals in C tier. And some may disagree with me right now on this one, because Nocturnals are 0-6 right now. However, I put them in the C tier because they've got some really damn good players on their team. The 2 that stand out to me right away are Turnips and Beanie. They have played in these splits before. They have won in these splits. But wait a minute. Turnips has won in this split before, but Beanie has still performed really, really well. 24 Kunai, that top support in the draft as well too. And it's looking pretty strong. It's looking strong. It's just they just can't find the synergy. They can't find what they're looking for. And I don't know what's going on over there for the Nocturnals, but I'm really hoping they can figure it out, because this is not a great start, and I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with the Nocturnals. I would expect a lot more.
They're doing the Guardian scaling into next season.
Yeah, possibly. I have seen teams that Turnips have been on go from 0-5 to finals. So you never know. You never know with them, but honestly, I'm expecting and hoping for some turnaround there for the Nocturnals. I know, Twitch chat's lighting up because you guys are just All doubting my man Turnips. Where is that guy, by the way?
Turnips?
Oh, his mic might have been. Oh,
Yeah, you
I
said
see.
he'd be on in 5 minutes.
Oh, I see. I got you. I see him there. Then we have the Rhinos coming in next. Honestly, I was going to put them down in the D tier, but I think with the addition of Dream, I think that's going to add a little bit more experience to that team, a little bit more beefiness. So that's why I've slotted them there as that last spot in the C tier. And then, unfortunately, down in the D tier, we were beaten by the Crusaders. And again, they were going to be ranked much higher for this as well too, except those trades that are happening, or maybe happening. I might have spoiled something. Anyways.
Whoa, dude.
Maybe not. I don't know. Anyways, it's gonna come out anyways.
Lee he thinks he's double it or something.
Whoopsies. I don't know how it's gonna look with that squad after. Obviously, you still have Peakley there in the top lane. At least from the last of my knowledge, that's what I have awareness on this team. But I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen with them with these change-ups coming through. So maybe a little bit harsh to put them in that D tier. They could have been in C. They could have been in B because they have beaten us. They beat us there in week 1. But we're starting to see a little bit of a downwards trend here for them. So again, I think we'll have a little bit more of a concrete answer after this week. And then the next two is Stallions and Lions as well too. Unfortunately, not having the nicest of goes, dealing with some trades as well too. So again, just trying to find some synergy out there on the Rift and not quite finding it yet. So again, hopefully they can find something soon, but it will only time will tell, Raven.
Yes, sir. And I actually just made my own that I put into the channel if you want to bring it up. It's very, very similar. I moved 3 teams around. Pretty much most of the points you've put in, but I don't know if you want to bring it up real fast.
Let's see what you got for us here. Ba-boom. Actually, hold on. Wait a minute. Compare. See, that's what I was thinking of too, is maybe even moving the Hornets up until the S tier as well too, because I think that's more fair as well. I think I agree with you on that one.
Yes, sir. So yeah, I'll give. Yeah. I have pretty much the same points that Gerf had. I just moved some people around. The main move is the biggest move is probably Spartans. By the way, I should note these aren't in order from left to right or anything. They're just in a tier spot. So you see Nocturnals all the way to the left on C tier. That doesn't mean they're the best team in C tier. I literally made this in about 60 seconds. But the biggest jump is probably Spartans into the B tier and then Hornets into the S tier. I mean, Hornets, on yours, I was oh, I'm pretty surprised you didn't put them up here. I mean, are they still undefeated or did they lose?
They're also 5-1. Also 5-1.
They're 5-1. Okay. They're the other 5-1 team, right? Besides Marauders.
Yeah.
And then Dragons are 6-0. Right?
Dragons are the only undefeated team. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, Dragons are pretty. They're a pretty good team. That's what I'll say on that. But Giggle has put together a pretty good team. Some teammates from his LAS pre-made team. You've got Nairo and Grotus. The two of them put together a really good team over for the Marauders. The biggest jump that I also forgot was putting Outlaws smack dab in the center of A tier. I think this team, despite being 3-3, I put them here because that Twitch game, I think they can do that every time if they absolutely tried and wanted to. And sometimes they play a little too much for fun and for big plays. But Griff's laughing a little bit. Damn, I'm getting a lot of no's here. Jeez.
Yeah, I'm seeing that too. Not a lot of agreements with that one.
Wow. But yeah, I mean, I moved Hornets up 1 tier, I moved Outlaws up 1 tier, and then I moved Spartans up 1 tier. I'm a good friend of Zolo Bombers. He wasn't the happiest about his trade situation, but
I think.
What'd you say?
Making lemonade.
Make him lemonade. But him and he seems to like his new team, Spartans. I've got a soft spot for them, as I'm
Yep.
sure most people know. But I think they can pull it together, and I do think that they're a middle of the pack team, kind of like Grizzlies. The lower end, it's the same sort of deal that you said. I mean, you hit the nail on the head with Nocturnals being placed this high. They literally just need to pull it together. They have some really good players on their team, so I really am not too sure what's not working with them. But if they can figure it out, then they can probably get to where they're. I mean, at least to C tier, and then maybe even all the way up into the A tier and start looking at a playoff run. But definitely gonna have to claw back those 6 losses they're down already.
Yep. And we can actually take a look at like what the schedule is coming up for these teams like Nocturnal. So going into this week, you got Nocturnals taking on, who are they playing this week? They play Marauders, and that's actually on stream tomorrow night. That's going to be our one of our stream games. And okay, not an easy week for Nocturnals. Really not a good week for Nocturnals. They play Marauders and Hornets.
Oh,
ouch. That's a tough week. That's a tough week for sure. So, when it's coming to this point where it's like, okay, we gotta get these wins. This does not make it easier. It does not make it easier. Looking at that ahead of the schedule and seeing these teams that have been just dominating so far. So let's see if they can pull it off. We have seen some upsets before, but statistically speaking, we'll have to wonder. But coming from the Nocturnals himself, we got the big T himself. Turnips, how you doing, brother?
What's up? Yo, get off my shirt real quick. Okay.
We get that. So
Sorry.
all good, Turnips. All good, buddy.
Yeah, sorry I was a bit late, bro.
No worries. We're just in the middle of LAS draft right now too. So we're gonna pull up your power rankings next as well too and see what you got for us.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
But
Let me know what's on screen because I'm on my phone right now. So.
sure, we're gonna pull up your pool A and then your pool B second. So
Okay.
Turnips, you've given us a different look at it and actually splitting it in the pools because it is going to come down to what happens in these pools, right? It's the playoffs is not a big group. It's the top 4 from each pool. So let's see what you gave to us here for pool A.
I believe it's top 6. Am I wrong?
Top.
Because we did increase the team format by 2 more teams, and I believe last time we checked it was top 6 teams. I could be wrong.
I
though.
would have to double check that for you. I can go.
I'll take a look real fast.
All right.
Yeah, because if so, then Nocturnals is kind of new, if I'm being honest. If we're looking at top 4 teams, bro, Nocturnals is kind of doomed.
Let's
Let me
see.
get my computer.
I
It
got
is,
your
Top
ahead.
6 teams will advance to playoffs.
top
Yeah,
6
and
with I think first
and
seeds
then
getting
the-
buys or first and second
Yeah,
getting buys.
so the first 2, I'm pretty sure the first 2 teams get buys. That's right.
Mhm.
I think.
First, second earn buys to semifinals. Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yo, I have a chance.
Indeed.
Yo, did we talk about LRS draft already?
So we've already gone through the LRS draft. But I've got your pool A up here as well too. Wait a minute. Outlaws, so good we even made it into pool A. Damn.
Wait, okay. Sorry.
just
Hey,
scratch
yo.
that out. Just scratch it out. Scratch it
Yo,
out. It's
scratch
not
out
even it.
Outlaws. So, yeah. All right.
Okay,
Do we pull
so-
up pool A yet?
Yeah, give us a rundown on your pool
All
A
right,
rankings here.
Okay, so there's 2 A's in pool A, but just the second one's B. All right, so I have Marauders number 1 because they're currently 6-0. They have a really well-balanced team with the new trade of Axtrid and Spur Frankie. That trade was kind of insane. It was just like it came out of nowhere. I didn't even see that, but they did beat the Hornets, and I thought Hornets was one of the strongest teams. But yeah, so I have Marauders number 1, Hornets, and they're just in the tier of itself with like the new trade. It's just they don't really have a weak lane at all. And it's kind of surprising that like that team has no weak lane. Like basically, the weakest lane in Marauders is the bot lane. I mean, their bot lane's already so good, so it's like it's not really saying much. So Marauders, it's really hard to like beat them now with the new trade because their top lane used to be one of their weakest members and exposed. Like you would expose that. That's what I did last split, but it's kind of hard now. But they did beat the Hornets, which is the ranked 2 team in the pool A. So I have Hornets in A and Falcons as A with them too. I mean as B. Hornets is very good. They have Gigo, they have Perky Tricks, they have F-range chops, they have Hitstick, which I think is a pretty good jungler, and I think Webb is probably one of the best mid laners in the league, top 2 in my opinion. But yeah, so Hornets is kind of stacked. Their mid stack, their mid jungle duo is really really good. As for Falcons, I got to scrim Falcons with Nocturnals, and we just got demolished, bro. Like every lane loss is just horrible. They're so good with Kartik, and Chaos, and my boy Banana. Next is next is C, right? So Grizzlies. I don't really. I'm trying to pull up my notes right now. It's kind of hard because I'm trying to load up my computer, and I'm playing on like a $100 computer. But Grizzlies, is that the team with 3 LRS players, like previous LRS players?
Yeah, Cheeses, Stone Kit Kat, and Metro are all on the Grizzlies.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I had higher expectations for them. Since they did play in the LRS, I thought they'd be a little bit better, but they are by no means like a really bad team. They're like a really solid team. So put them as B. Next is Wolves. This might be pretty biased because I scrimmed them with like. Well, we got. I mean, when we were scrimming, I'd always like 2-0 them really easily, but when it came to game time, they just. I don't know, bro. Like, they're just really good coordinated. Like post 20 minutes. I exposed the weak early game by getting 3 dragons, 2 heralds, and we still lost that game. But they're with Jarger as the captain, with Underage Rat. He's probably one of the best junglers in the league. Underage Rat's really good. Also, Law is an Akali main. He's a one trick, but he's really good too mid. He's very versatile. So I think Wolves is pretty up there in the C tier. Next is going into D tier. Crusaders. 0-16. It's really cool with the new trade for Sovereign for Night Train. So Sovereign's a very good like utility jungler. So he's like to provide like Mr. Game, which is probably one of the best ADCs. As you can tell, like the stat release, like he's probably the best farming mid laner LAS, I believe, right now. He's the highest CS. Mr. Game's a really good ADC. So I put Guardians in C tier, but I forgot about the trade that happened today. So I put them in C tier. But Nocturnals are better than Rhinos, bro. Okay, I gave Rhinos a win. Okay, Rhinos did not earn a win without me. Okay, but yeah, I know Rhinos did trade Kaiser out, so I don't know how that's gonna go. But Nocturnals, I'm just doing here for like I put Nocturnals last spot just because. Yeah, I'm not even trying honestly. Like this team, if I turn on my activator, bro, it's over. So
you should do it. Prove to us.
Yeah.
Be that underdog team. Be the unicorns from last split. That's what you
I don't know, bro. We'll see. So
harness the energy. We're gonna go back to oh god, Winter Boost. Oh god,
yeah,
that
right.
Was a team.
Honestly, yeah, Winter. Yeah, no, but Nocturnals is the whole roster has been underperforming. I'm on the Nocturnals myself. I've been underperforming. I could have done so many things better. Our top lane's pretty solid. We have a Napquan in the top lane. We have me as the jungle. I'm all right. I'm all right. Beanie hasn't been playing the best. From my personal experience, he's been playing really badly. No kudos to him, but he's just been playing badly in general. And our bot lane's pretty good, but they've just been MIA. So, yeah. As the Rhinos, I believe that Rhinos, I don't know much. They're just 1-5 right now? Yeah, they're 1-5.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. Just after the trade of like me, it doesn't feel the same. So. Yeah, I put Rhinos there, but if we can go to Pool B, that would be.
Yeah, let's bring up your Pool B as well too. A lot of disagreements with that one though in the chat, but again, even your quote is up there on the screen as too. All rankings are subjective.
They are very subjective. Yeah.
All right, let's close that one. I'm going to start a new poll as well too, while you give us the breakdown of your Pool B power rankings.
Yeah, let me know when it's up.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Dragons, so basically, if you would ask me my power rankings before the last trade was, it would be probably like A tier. With the new trade of like Meliodas and Miyoshi on that team, like they have the likes of Dallas, Juanito Sol, they have Mel in the top line. Like all these players, like with the trade that just happened, like their team is like solid in every lane. I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like they're scary. Like I'm gonna be honest, the trade made them 10 times like stronger now. So of course they're up top there. I don't know their record. I'm trying to pull up their
6-0.
record.
Dragons are 6-0
Yeah, okay.
undefeated. The only undefeated team in LAS draft.
I think Marauders is
Marauders are
undefeated,
5-1. It was actually Wolves that beat them the other week.
Oh, what?
Yes.
Oh.
So that's why if we were to pull back those Pool A ones back up, I'd maybe put Wolves a little bit higher.
Yeah.
Based on that they are the only team to take down the Marauders, and the only team to take down that other 5-1 team is
Well, I'm gonna be honest with the Wolves thing. I think the Marauders had like a bad game. I don't know because I've scripted against Wolves. You can ask the whole Wolves member. They've seen me scrim against them. They just got obliterated. I don't know. Maybe every time they scrim me, they just I don't know. But like I don't know how they took a game off the Marauders. If I'm being honest,
I would love to watch the VOD of that. But back to these Pool B.
Yeah.
ones.
So yeah, Dragons are just stacked, man. With that last trade.
Oh yeah. They're looking good.
I'm surprised that trade even went through, if I'm being honest. But
I think the trade was pretty fair. I think it's just that these players have synergy with each other. A couple of them have played with each other as well too before, which I mean, having that pre-existing synergy is chef's kiss.
Yeah, it makes everything 10 times better for them. So like that's glad for them. So next is I have Eagles in the S tier. My boy Killera, I think he's the best. I think he's the best mid laner in league in Legends. So I think him with combined of like Hero. I believe they just traded Woven
No, I don't know if that's.
Okay, never mind. I don't know what you're talking about.
Why is everyone's leaking shit? What the hell?
I mean, I like Wolves. I mean, sorry, I like Wolves a lot. Yeah, yeah, Wolves. Yeah, going back to Wolves, I think Wolves is a really cool team. Yeah, Wolves. I'm pulling up my notes actually right now.
I was actually talking about the Eagles a little bit earlier tonight, and the fact that you have players like Hero, Given, Killua, Wolven, who have all been playing in this league for multiple splits. I think having that kind of veteran ability, I think you're right to put them up there at the top as one of those tough teams to play. And we do have to actually, I'll be playing them for the first time this week as well too.
Yeah, and the thing is,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, going off my point about Eagles is S because they have things of like Given, right, and Killua. They both play for Mint. You know, my boys from Mint. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying I'm an org founder for Mint Gaming, by the way. I'm just letting you guys know. Yeah, no. So they have the likes of Given and Killua. They already play together, which is very good. And then Killua and Hero also play together. So I don't know. I just think the synergy is very good. And then with the likes of Woven and Anu, he is actually a soldier. Like he travels places. It's like he's like actually Vietnamese usually, but I think the team just overall like really well balanced. I actually wouldn't put them S, but I kind of rushed it. But yeah. So next is going to Unicorns. So Unicorns, they have Gate Temple Finder. I believe he's the captain, correct?
Gate Temple is the captain of that team,
bro. So they have the weak side god, the top lane. You know, he can hold his own. We have Undo. I believe he has the best KDA in the whole league.
He was sitting there at the top. Like, actually, a couple. I think Unicorns have that 1 and 2 spot.
1 and 3.
1 and 3. 1 and 3. 1 and 3.
I bet he's Olo Bombers number 2.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's correct.
And then they have a good mid laner. Hi, I'm awesome. He's doing his job as a mid lane. He's not dying. He's getting leads in the mid. He's a pretty good mid laner. I didn't rank him as high in my mid lane list, but he's still you can have star players everywhere, right? You gotta have role. And Hi, I'm awesome is a very good role player, so I feel like Unicorn he fits really well. Next we have the ADC Dylan Caesar, bro. His ass is cracked, bro. He is such a good ADC. This man can play like any ADC at a really high level, so Dylan Caesar, no need to explain who he is. But next we have Excels, bro. Boyd, the legend, the Tark one trick, bro. Nah, this kid's very good at Tark. I'm pretty sure he's up in those charts with like vision
He
score.
is
'Cause
number
this,
one in vision score, and
dude,
that's
this man likes to find 20 pink wards in a game, bro. That's how dedicated he is. So
yes.
man knows how to play the vision game. So
I,
props to unicorns.
I honestly, I've been trying to catch up with him, and I have fallen behind. I still haven't cracked that 2 vision score a minute, which is disappointing. But I don't know how the hell he gets 2.8. This guy's got to be taking zombie ward every single game. to
Yeah,
get that.
honestly, man.
But I honestly, I got to give it to Excels too, because he is a very good support. Playing with or against him, he is a really fun player. Really a solid support, just consistent in what he's able to do, and always offers a lot of information through that vision, through that wording, which is just so clutch, especially in these gold leagues as well too, right? That's what we see the faltering in between as you move through the tiers and leagues, is that the vision game becomes a lot more important. That's something that XLs has a solid understanding of.
Yeah, for sure. So next I have up is Outlaws actually. So they're not doing the best in the standings. I believe they're 3-3 right now.
We
sitting in
are
the middle
3-3.
yeah. Yeah, but the thing is that like if I look at Outlaws roster, it's something not to be joked around with. They have Arenji, Maki, Mako, Defly, Gurf. Like if they just they're having this is a four fun split for them. But I believe once they hit playoffs, they're gonna try hard. They're gonna try. So their team, they have a previous LAS winner, Renji. They have the previous MVP, Mako. They have Gurf himself, the streamer right now, man.
Hi.
And then we have Defly. So I know all these people can play at a high level. So
And then there's Defly, yeah. He doesn't get any introduction.
yeah, dude. I met up with Mako and Defly this weekend. Oh my god, dude. They're pretty cool though. But yeah, no, but
Are they hiding in your basement? Hiding, quote unquote, in your basement?
don't tell anyone. This is on stream too, man. Come on. Yeah, no, but by the time playoffs hits, I believe that they'll actually like show like what they are. So I put them around like high A. So next is Crusaders, bro. So pull up their notes. Crusaders, they have Peak Lay, Big P. He's one of the best top. He's all right. I'm just kidding. He's one of the best top laners. They have AP mid player, Soft. I believe the trade, they didn't update the thing, but he did get traded for Night Train. Night Train's a very good like carry style jungler, so it'll be pretty good for the team. And they have Dream and then Big Dog Bandit. Oh yeah, I don't. Big Dog Bandit. He has a personality in comms. But yeah, he has a good personality in comms. That's all I gotta say. But Crusaders are in the middle of the pack, so with the new trade, I think they can do well because I feel like in the Crusaders, they just need to carry like the one guy to lead all the kills, and I feel like Night Train fits in well with that team. So let's see how that goes. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I'm pretty excited to see what they have left. But now I have Lions coming up next. They have the likes of Saishin's Pig Boss Move. That man's the MVP jungler, by the way. Even though he never made top leader stat boards and he got 3-0'd by me. He's still the MVP jungler from last split. I don't know how, but Dallas Div, by the way, is Dallas Div. I bet you it's Dallas. Okay. And
always Dallas's fault.
So basically, I heard news that their mid laner has dropped. So they're looking for currently a go-to mid laner. And from what I've heard is that he's pretty cracked. So I'm pretty excited to see. They have Unholy Wolf and Gas Cloud in the bot lane. So that's definitely a big upgrade from the Crusaders because Crusaders now took Big Dong Bandit for I don't know why, but basically their bot lane is a playable bot lane. Like you can play through their bot lane. So that unlocks like a lot. So that's why instead of putting them in like D tier, I put them in C. So next is Spartans. Spartans, I don't have much to say. I just know that they did trade Axrid for said Axrid. They have Zolo Bomber, but Spectral, bro, the number 1 pick. I don't know. He hasn't been talking. I don't know where he's been at. Man's been quiet the entire split. I don't even know who he is, honestly. But I just think Spartans hasn't been performing as well as their roster should have. So, they're 2-4, which is not the worst, but they still have a lot to come through. So that's it for Spartans, and then we have Stallions. I believe Stallions.
They are 1-5 right now currently.
Oh no. Well, I'm pretty sure. I'm good. Yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they have a trade. I'm so confused. Juicy Chewy is not on it. Do you know who they traded Juicy Chewy for?
Let me see if I pull it up.
Yeah,
That's a
it
good
just
question.
happened recently. So
Night Train was sent to the Stallions.
Oh,
Juicy
wait, Night
Chewy went to the Crusaders.
Oh,
Sophomore
no.
went to the Guardians.
Oh no. Okay. They have Romeopolis. I don't know much about him. Night Train again. I thought he was going to Crusaders, but he's a carry jungler. I don't know who you are, to be honest. Devil's Alter Ego. I believe he's. Honestly, I don't know that many people. I mean, these are all players from like last split, but like they haven't made a name for themselves this split. So I just put them in the bottom list because they're 1-5. They're better than Nocturnals though. So yeah. So that's basically my pool A, pool B type stuff. But yeah,
The only place I disagree with you on this is the placement of the Spartans. I'd probably put them along, actually in front of the Crusaders.
Really? Oh yeah, I put them. I put Crusaders in front of Spartans because of Night Train, but
now with
they're not
recent updates there.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I was honestly expecting a little bit more from the Spartans, and especially with those recent trades too, it might take a week or two to get settled into that roster. But honestly, again going back to that point of Spectral being that number 1 ADC in the draft, I was expecting just a bunch, just a lot.
Yeah.
A good lot in that. So they still have a lot to offer as well too. But again, it's one of those teams where we're not too sure yet where they're going to go quite yet. But definitely not C tier, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, Gurf, I actually updated my list, bro. Let me just put it in. And if you could just put this on stream, please, for me. I put it in Legends Let's Talk. Yeah, so you could just put that on stream for me. Yep. Yep.
Oh my god. Outlaws aren't worth your time.
So, whoever's about to see this let me know when it's on stream.
It's on. It's on.
Okay, basically, guys, honestly, I'm 6'5", I'm 255 pounds. I can rep 40, 220 bench on when I'm sleeping, bro.
But you're really shy, don't forget.
Yeah, I'm very shy. Of course, I'm very shy. So, basically, on Nocturnals, we have A-Ward and Turnips, the best duo universe. So, the rest of the teams are straight booty. So, yeah, that's pretty much how I see the league when I want to try. I'm not even trying right now. So, I mean, 0-6, 10-6 coming up. So, yeah, that's yeah. Yeah, that's all I have to say, bro. Grizzlies, who are you? Dragons? You suck at your training. Okay.
All right.
I don't even know that trade went through. Yeah, no.
You got your main 1, 2. You got all 3. So we've gone over ours. There's also a couple other power rankings in here as well too that we'll use the last little bit of our time here tonight to just go through. We got one from Juanito Soul, so let's check that out. We'll see if we agree with Juanito Soul's opinions here tonight. Again, this is all subjective, but let's see what he's got here. He did an overall one, and he did both a ranking for Pool A and Pool B. But let's see what the overall one he's got for us here is going to be. I'm going to start that poll up again and see what the folks at home watching us on Twitch think of this. But he's got Hornets, Marauders, Dragons in that order in the top S tier.
That's a very even 3-3-3-3-4. Beautiful.
Look how gorgeous that is. A tier, Wolves, Falcons, Unicorns. B tier, Grizzlies, Outlaws, Eagles. C tier is Guardians, Lions, Spartans. And in the D tier is Nocturnals, Rhinos, Stallions, and Crusaders.
I'm really surprised about the Hornets and Marauders placing. I mean, that could be just the thing is that the thing is about LA Strata, it's a best of 1, right? It's not really a series. So I mean, when you look at the Marauders versus Hornets game, we all know that Marauders won, right? But it was a best of 1, so I guess he thinks highly of the Hornets, so it's very good. I agree. But Marauders did 1-0 them, so Juanito, so I don't know, man. I don't know. But he does have Dragons number 3, which I do agree. I think Dragons is the number 3 team in the league. But you know what I disagree about is the Nocturnals is not D tier. we're F tier, okay? Like we're worse than that, buddy. We suck. I'm gonna be honest. But
I would, I'd probably flip around the Dragons and the Hornets there, just based on the fact that Marauders have beaten Hornets.
Yeah.
And Hornets haven't yet had the chance to play them again to prove us otherwise. Still S tier.
Yeah, no,
And
for
Dragons
sure, for
6-0, you can't really counter that. But again, I'd probably move Eagles up into the A tier there, and I would definitely again shift Spartans from C up into B.
Yeah.
The rest though, I would think is relatively in the ballpark there, and in terms of fairness.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that.
Well, let's see his pool A here. No, this is pool B. That's his pool A. Again, he's a fan of the Hornets, so you know what? This is again a little personal choice
He's a
of owning
Hornets
the soul.
fanboy. He's a Hornets fanboy.
It's very reflective of the overall from we saw from the overall rankings there. As he's got Dragons up there. Surprising to me, he's got Unicorns up there as an S tier team. And this A tier, I'm curious to see, because we do play Eagles for the first time this week. So again, what Outlaws you're gonna see? Yeah, it depends on what mood we're in.
Yeah, they definitely team them like turn it on whenever they need to do so.
It's a big week for us. We play Unicorns and Eagles, so it's two big teams we gotta face off. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be a fun one for sure. I do have some power rankings made by Dallas, so I'm going to pull those up, I believe, next. And I think
Dallas did?
Dallas made some power rankings for us as well.
With those trades, it definitely is Dallas div.
Let's see. Let's see what we got here. I'm going to pull his up too and see what Dallas has to say about the overall and the pools as well too. So let's see.
Who's Dallas? I think he's in a scrim right now, right?
Yes, Dallas. Well, there's actually Clash going on right now as well too. So a lot of the folks at home might be busy doing some clashing, but that's all right. That's why we're speed running this last bit just a smidgen here. That's all good. So he has here. I'm gonna make it a little bigger on your screens here because it is a little difficult to see for some reason. Formatting. Let's see. Okay, sure. He's got Dragons, Marauders, and Unicorns as the S tier. Okay. I could see it. I'm surprised that Hornets is not up there with them.
Yeah, I definitely think Hornets should have been up there with them. I agree with that.
I don't disagree with Unicorns being up there, but I think Hornets should definitely be up there as well too. Falcons as an A tier team, absolutely. In the Bs, you got Wolves, followed by Eagles, followed by Outlaws, followed by Grizzlies. I think that's relatively fair. In C, again, it's that border we're seeing between, is that Spartans a B tier or a C tier team? I think that's kind of our question of the night when we keep seeing this pop up. So again, it's going to come down to these next couple of weeks. We see from them what they're able to do with this new roster that they have assembled. And then again, those repeating teams that we're seeing in the lower end of things. His A pool is got Marauders at the top. Wait a minute. Okay, A tier. Okay, and he's got Hornets as A tier up here as well too. Interesting.
Yeah.
Very reflective of his overall.
I think the only thing is I disagree is I would place Hornets in S tier, but I feel like Dallas thought about it when he thought about the whole team, right? Like Marauders don't really have a weak point in their team. While Hornets has one of the weakest members on top jungle. So I mean, it makes sense. Marauders has a team where you can't really pinpoint a weakness, but yeah, I agree. Hornets do have really big weaknesses, but yeah.
I have to give it to him. I have to really agree with the tier list he's put together for Pool B. Dragons, Unicorns, Eagles, Outlaws, Spartans, Crusaders, Lions, Stallions. And again, it's Unicorns and Eagles there, not too far behind the Dragons, but I think I very much agree with this one. I really like this B pool that he's put together. Very fair. Very fair.
Yeah. I think it's actually perfect.
It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Um,
Gorgeous.
we also have one. We have, let's see who else we got. Banana Bread has sent in some, and then we have one from XLs for Pool B as well too. So I want to see what XL sent in for us here. So let's go ahead and check it out. That's looking pretty damn close to Dallas's as well too. Dragons, unicorns, but the only change up here is that he has Outlaws in front of Eagles. And I think that's going to be decided this week. Well, tomorrow, turnips. We play tomorrow.
Wait, we do on stream?
Not on stream. No, actually, you play on stream tomorrow. Yes.
Wait, am I? What?
Yes, you play on stream against. Actually, we were talking about that. You guys play Marauders tomorrow on stream, and then you play.
Oh no!
And then you play the Hornets in game 2.
I mean, I'm so not. I'm looking forward to these games because these teams don't really have. Oh no! I'm really excited to see what Nocturnals can do against these teams. So. Me
too. I think it's a pretty fair. Pool there from XLs. I want to see what Banana Bread has put together for us. So let's see.
Banana Bread himself.
Bread XD. Let's get his name up on there just so you guys know who it is up here. And I'm going to shrink this down just a smidge because it seems to be very.
I've noticed every stat sheet put Nocturnals in front of Rhinos. So, House Up Junior, where you at, bro?
Yeah, looking there again. That is interesting to see. And keep our eye on you guys there. Similar themes we're seeing across, especially on the upper halves and the lower halves. I'm surprised though that Banana has put Marauders into an A tier and doesn't have them up in S. The rest of the A tier teams I can definitely agree with. I don't know if I maybe it's just me being humble. I don't know if I'd put us as an A tier. Very strong B tier, maybe A tier. Again, depends on the week, bud.
It depends on the day. It depends on the week when no one tries. So I'm scared about that. I'm just like,
we're the wild cards. It's fun. I like playing with the Outlaws. It's a good time. Yeah. Again, Crusaders. We'll have to see what ends up with them after these trades coming through. Same thing with back to that talk about the Spartans about possibly being that B tier as well. We have his B pool, which is okay. He's got Eagles ahead of Outlaws. Okay. Again, I'd probably slot that Spartans into the B spot, maybe behind or ahead of Crusaders. That could be subjective as well too.
Yeah, and it definitely depends on how each team is doing on that day and how the game goes. So it could go either way. It's really hard to decide.
Absolutely. And his A pool, Hornets at the top. So again, surprising that he's got Marauders there as an A tier team. Marauders have beaten Hornets.
Yeah.
So I don't statistically, but you know what? Maybe he's got faith. He's got faith in that.
Yeah, he has faith in Giggle.
I like seeing Wolves back up at the top again as well too. That returning finalist team. And then pretty fair throughout. Got Guardians there as a C tier team as well too. So he's got some faith in the Guardian squad. That's good stuff.
Not the 0-16. So
love to see it. I'm just checking to see if there's any more there, but I think we have gone through all of them. And yes, Ravens man, if you're still watching, thank you for coming, buddy. But that is gonna do it with our power rankings for tonight. It was I think some relatively fair themes from across the night in which we saw a lot of these same teams either popping up in the top tiers or in the very bottom tiers as well too. Again, only 3 weeks in, all rankings are subjective, and we have seen multiple times before these underdog stories, these Cinderella stories where it's you don't expect it from what we've seen here, and then it's okay, we were completely wrong. Let's just delete that VOD off of our YouTube. It was never said. Don't worry about it.
And I believe that there's only 1 week left to trade, right?
This is week
4. Yeah, so by week 5 on Sunday. So this coming out Sunday, this is the last week for trades. So if you are looking for a trade, this is your time to do it. So
It's coming to a close very soon.
It is. The trading window is only in like 3 weeks, so or something like that.
It's pretty short.
So,
Um,
it's really short.
we do have, even though we're all done our power rankings for tonight, we do have our one last little segment of the evening, which is This Week in Legends. So taking a look at some of the streams that are going to be coming up this week. So I'm just going to briefly go over these streams, turnips, then we'll talk about which ones you're most excited about.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's bring them up onto the stream here, and I'll go through them with you. So Monday night, that's tomorrow, May 31st, we have 2 games on stream: Marauders versus Nocturnals in game number 1, and Dragons versus Lions in game number 2. Again, from those power rankings turn-ups, these are teams that we saw in the S tier versus teams we are seeing in CD tier.
I mean, Nocturnals, I'm gonna be honest, bro. We haven't even been trying, so I mean, Marauders want to give the second loss. Nocturnals get their first dub on stream.
Flip the switch. Flip the switch.
Wait,
flip
yeah,
the switch this week.
Yeah, dude, I can do it, bro. I
can do it.
I already out jungled and Grotus, but like this team dead from Rhinos, but whatever. Yeah. So we will see. I'm pretty excited to see the Dragons game too. So you could watch that too. Who is Dragons facing against again?
Dragons is facing off against the Lions.
Ooh.
That's going to be a tough one for the Lions for sure.
They are looking at a replacement. They're looking for a replacement mid right now, and I'm pretty excited to see who it is. So I'm pretty excited for that one too.
Then in more Legends action this week, Tuesday, June 1st, we have Panthers taking on the Phantoms, Gators taking on the Wizards.
I'll be on stream twice. Oh shoot! Oh yeah.
Are you subbing in for someone this week?
I'm actually playing. I'm the starting LRS Panthers jungler now. So.
Oh damn. Oh
yeah.
snap.
So I've
Okay.
NCT and Panthers turnips. So. Yeah, you'll see me on stream. 2 days in a row. What's up? Let's go.
Snap, let's go. That's awesome, buddy. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, gotta be tuning into that one. On
Honestly.
Wednesday, June 2nd, we have Team Momas TM versus Rodham. So we get to see the return of Rodham coming back. Return of the Middle Sticks. Return
Yes, sir.
of the Return of the Middle Sticks is what I just said, essentially. Weird. Anyways, Thursday night, we have CFLO versus ATIT. Love that logo from ATIT, but we'll have to see how they do. I don't think they've been having the easiest of runs so far. And then Friday, June 4th, the big boys back again, and this will be the first time we actually get to see UGP versus BSG, not Backseat Gaming. It's a different BSG. Different BSG. Yeah, let me actually pull up their name here. I should have it floating around, but yeah, I don't know, turnips. Have you been tuning into these LTS games?
I've only kept up with one team, but that's pretty much it. Yeah, no, I actually haven't gone that much into LTS, if I'm being honest. But
You're missing out, man.
Dude, the Masters players, dude, it's insane.
They're insane. They're actually insane. I am honestly so privileged to cast these guys, but they're on a different level. They're just on an absolutely different level. So if you're looking for some top-notch League of Legends, I'm talking top 0.1% of players NA. That is no joke. That is you can go look at their OPGGs. They are insane. So if you're looking for some crazy league, that is the place to be on Friday night. 8 p.m. EST is the start time for all our League of Legends streams. And then on the weekend, we have our Valorant streams, both again at 3 p.m. EST. On Saturday, we have our LAS Valorant, which is DNS versus 7AA. And I'm excited to watch DNS because it's actually our colorcaster, Dr. Coctopus. That's his team there.
Dr. Coctopus.
Yep, he's gonna be playing with his Valorant team here. Speaking of him too, he's actually learning League of Legends. He's gotten hooked.
Yo,
he's becoming one of us. Turn up. So we might.
I love League of Legends, by the way.
It's a game.
I love that game. It's addicting. So
Yeah, it's quite something.
You hate it and you love it.
On Sunday though, for our final stream of the week, it will be Alt. Sorry, I just lost my voice there for a sec. Alt versus TSP. Alt, I believe, is up there. They were actually able to take down PvE the previous week. 4-0 right now, undefeated, but TSP was able to pick up their first win today, actually, over Enigma. But that is a big team over on the left side, Alteration Esports. So let's see how that one goes. Honestly, another really, really fun league to watch is the LRS Valorant. It's uncapped. You've got guys who are straight up immortal. I don't believe we have any Radiants yet, but these guys are good.
Yeah, I mean, they don't want me to play. You know, they don't want the Radiant turnips to play. So, yeah, I mean, I'm rank 1 in Valorant and League. It's not even no joke. I'm not even joking. If I would only play Valorant more, you know Tens, bro. You know him.
Tens
That's me.
is he plays for Fnatic, I think, or did he play for Sentinels? No, Tens plays for Sentinels, right?
Sentinels, right?
They won
Didn't he win?
They won today. Yeah, they won 3-0 over Fnatic. Yeah, that was gross. That was really gross. I don't know if anyone was watching that too, keeping up with the LAS Valorant. Sorry, not the LAS Valorant. Also, I hope they're keeping up with the LAS Valorant, but the Valorant Masters that were on this past week. Oh man, it's nice to see Valorant getting a little bit of sunshine on those esports. So it'll be cool to see. It's only a year old, right? It's still a relatively new esports here. Not the genre, but the game itself. So we'll see how it keeps growing here, Turnips. But that is going to do it for us here tonight. So I want to thank both you and Ravens Man for joining us, joining me on the whatever you want to call it, on the podcast tonight.
Yeah.
But any final words going into this week for any of your leagues that you're competing in?
I'm just want to say that I'm really excited to see how all these games are gonna go. I'm really excited, particularly tomorrow. I get to face my old teammate Giggle, and I get to face Marauders #1, #2 team in my pool. So pretty excited about that. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say.
Good stuff, man. Thank you again so much for helping me out tonight. Really appreciate it. And thank you to all of you guys there at home tuning in, participating in those polls, and just chilling out with us on a nice, lovely Sunday evening. But that is going to do it for us here on our 4th episode of Let's Talk Legends. So guys, until next time, that'll be it from us here tonight. Gurf signing out, but streams every single night this week. Make sure to tune in to any one of them. You're going to find some quality League of Legends or Valorant. So we will see you somewhere around this channel throughout the week. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that follow button so you can stay up to date when we go live. Other than that, guys, have a wonderful night. Hope everyone's staying safe and healthy, and we will see you next time here at Legends Esports. Peace!